You know when you're watching an Olympic swimming final and you see the swimmers push off the wall? For just a few seconds, they're not really swimming. There's something else. They're like human torpedoes, just gliding through the water with this incredible, almost unreal speed. Well, today we're going to break down exactly how they do that. Right, that's the big question, isn't it? For that first 15 meters after a start or a turn, the best swimmers on the planet are literally faster under the water than they are on top of it. I mean, how is that even possible? What is the secret to that insane underwater speed? Okay, let's put some numbers on this because it's pretty wild. The fastest a person can swim freestyle, like on the surface of the water, is around 8 kilometers an hour. But when they go underwater and use this special technique, they can push that up to nearly 10 kilometers an hour. In a sport that comes down to hundreds of a second, that difference is absolutely massive. So, what is this magic technique? It's the underwater dolphin kick. And it's so important, so fundamental to modern swimming, that a lot of people call it swimming's fifth stroke. It's not just a little boost, it's a whole separate, powerful way to move through the water. Now, here's the crazy part. This isn't some technique that's been around forever. The dolphin kick as a race-winning weapon is actually a pretty recent invention, really only becoming a huge deal in the last, say, 30 or 40 years. And believe me, it completely flipped the sport of competitive swimming on its head. It was so powerful, in fact, that the people in charge had to step in and make new rules just to contain it. Back at the 1988 Olympics, there was this American swimmer, David Burkoff, who went a mind-blowing 35 meters underwater off the start in the backstroke. After that, the officials basically said, whoa, okay, we gotta limit this. And now, for most strokes, you're only allowed to go 15 meters underwater. So what's the secret? How does this kick generate so much speed? Well, the answer is kind of simple, at least in theory. You have to stop thinking like a person who walks on land and start moving like the fastest things that live in the water, fish. And this chart just says it all, doesn't it? I mean, look at those speeds. You've got a black marlin hitting 129 kilometers per hour, a sailfish at 109, and then there's us, way down there at 10. We're not even in the same league. It's pretty clear that if you want to be fast in the water, nature has already perfected the blueprint. And here's the key difference. A fish uses its entire body, from head to tail, in one fluid, powerful wave. It's pushing against the water along its whole frame. We humans, on the other hand, are kind of clunky. We're built to bend at 3 main spots: our hips, our knees, and our ankles. The whole point of the dolphin kick is to try and overcome that limitation and mimic that beautiful, full-body wave you see in fish. So let's talk technique. To swim like a fish, you have to create what swimmers call a body wave. And this is where most people get it totally wrong. They think the dolphin kick is all about the legs. It's not at all. The power starts way, way higher up. You have to think of your body as a whip. The whole thing starts with a small press of your chest into the water. That motion sends a wave of energy down through your core, your abs get tight, and that energy loads up your hips. The hips then drive down with incredible force, and that wave travels all the way down your legs to your feet, which snap at the very end, just like the crack of a whip. And here's maybe the best way to think about it, and I love this quote from one of the sources. It says, you should feel like you're doing the worm, that old dance move, but you're doing it horizontally down the pool. It's that full body ripple, that undulation that's going to give you all the power. Which brings us to the #1 myth we need to bust right now. You do not, I repeat, do not kick from your knees. That's just a recipe for going slow and creating a ton of drag. Your knees will bend, for sure, but they bend because of the wave coming from your body. The engine, the real powerhouse of this kick, is your core and your hips, period. Okay, so that's the theory. But knowing it and doing it are two very different things, right? So let's get into some actual practical drills you can take to the pool to build a faster, stronger dolphin kick. Before we get to the drills, you've got to understand this key idea: two-directional kicking. See, a truly great dolphin kick isn't just about the powerful downward snap. To be super efficient and fast, you need to generate power in both directions, on the way down and also on the way back up. So let's break that down. You have the down kick, which is the main power phase. That's where you're using your lower back, your glutes, your hamstrings, all those big muscles. That's the part most people focus on. But then you have the up kick. And a lot of swimmers just neglect this part. They treat it like a lazy recovery. But a strong up kick, using your abs and hip flexors, is what sets you up for an even more powerful down kick. So how do we train this? First up is a drill called the flow drill. Just lie flat on the water, arms out in front of you, and instead of thinking about kicking, just focus on gently pressing your chest down and then letting it rise up. Feel how that simple movement creates a ripple that travels down your body, making your hips go up and down. This drill teaches you to feel the rhythm and generate power from your core, not your legs. All right, the second big training method is to practice this kick in all 4 planes of motion. So don't just do it on your stomach. Spend time doing dolphin kicks on your right side, on your left side, and on your back in a tight streamline. By doing this, you build balanced, symmetrical strength, and you develop a way better overall feel for how your body moves through the water. Okay, so we've looked at the history, we've broken down the biomechanics, and we've gone over some drills. For the grand finale, let's take a look at how the absolute legends of the sport put all this together. I mean, you can't talk about dolphin kicking without talking about Michael Phelps. His kick was just legendary. And one of the keys was his massive amplitude. What that means is the range of motion, from the highest point his feet reached to the lowest point, was huge. This was a direct result of his insane core strength, letting him generate unbelievable power on both the up kick and the down kick. But, and this is super important, you can't just copy Michael Phelps. There's no single one-size-fits-all perfect dolphin kick. Your body type, how strong you are, how flexible you are, all of that stuff matters. The goal isn't to copy someone else, it's to take these core principles and figure out what kind of kick works best and is most powerful for your body. So when you think about it, as swimmers get stronger, as coaching gets smarter, and they keep refining this 5th stroke, this incredible engine they get to use off every single wall, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? In a sport that's all about finding the smallest edge, is the next giant leap forward in human speed hiding right there, just waiting to be unlocked, a few feet beneath the surface?